Mhm.
All right, let's get started. Everybody being awesome today.
Yes.
Oh, I got my drink and I've got my bat juice, so we're gonna rock this. So welcome. This is our first official Law of Attraction plus Forex group call. The goal of today is to really get you guys up and running and rolling in terms of understanding trading, understanding what I believe are the two key pieces of the IML suite of tools, which are the Web Analyzer and the Swipetrades. We'll start off, I'm going to start off by talking about the basics, so telling you guys what you need to know. I know there's an IML Academy and it's filled with videos, but they're kind of long, and even though it's good to know some of that stuff, it takes a while to go through. So I'm just going to get right to the point and teach you guys what you guys need to know. So we'll go through the basics. I'm going to show you guys the Web Analyzer, explain to you guys how it works, what it looks like, how I've been using it, and show you guys the strategy I've been using, and share that strategy with you guys, tell you where to find the worksheet so that you guys can start applying that strategy. It's the most effective and easiest strategy I've found. Hey, Catherine, how you doing?
Doing great, good. How are you?
Good. So we're going to go over that. We're going to talk a little bit of mindset. And I know you guys are mostly mindset junkies and law of attraction junkies. So with the mindset part, there's just some 5 key points I want to remind you guys of while trading, things I've noticed for myself that made a big difference. And then Sam, hey Sam. So Sam is the one who got me signed up into this software, and he's been using Swipetrades. And Swipetrades is the automated system that just tells you what to trade and what numbers to punch in, so you just punch them in. So Sam's going to fill us in on how Swipetrades works and what that does. And that's going to tell me whether I'm wasting my time doing the analytics or not, to see if those Swipetrades are beating the trading that I'm figuring out. So we're going to have some fun. So I like to ask you guys to keep your microphones muted, of course, during the call to avoid background noise. If you have a question during the call, just click the little hand button. There's only like 10 of us, so you can unmute yourself and just yell if I don't see it, or type something in the chat window. So any questions before we dig in and get started? No? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and load up the Web Analyzer. And I'm going to use that to explain to you guys everything about trading, because it's nice to have that chart in front of us. So I'm going to do a share screen. Let me find the Web Analyzer here. Now I know some of you guys were on the other webinars. So can everybody see this? We're good? Okay. So when it comes to trading, we're trading in currency pairs. Okay. So the stock market, like the NASDAQ, is different companies, right? And their stock valuations. And those stocks go up and down like a graph, right? So Microsoft has a stock, MSFT, based on its shareholder value or however they compute it, that stock goes up and down in value in it charts. So currencies kind of do the same thing, currency pairs, and that's what you call the Forex. Now, this is the Web Analyzer software. So up here, the AUD USD, those letters here, that's a currency pair. So right now on this chart, we're looking at the currency pair Australian dollar USD. Okay. So here you can see the charts going up and down, and green bars going up, red bars going down. So that's the live chart. Now up here you can see we're on there's a 1-minute chart, 3-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart. Those numbers basically are saying that every bar is one of those spans. So right now we're looking at 5-minute bars. If I click on 15 here, each bar represents 15 minutes. Okay, if I go down to the 1-minute bar, if you watch closely here, see this, the red just popped up, right? Now it's changing and moving, right? So the shorter the time span, the more you're going to see those bars moving. Okay, so if I go to the 1 hour time span, obviously those bars are going to move a lot slower than the 1 minute time span. Following me so far? Okay, good. Now, because I'm doing a screen share, I can't see if you guys click the little hand button, I don't think. So if you do have a question, just unmute yourself and yell. Okay, so this is what the chart looks like. Everything else on the chart that you see, that's all extra analytics that's being provided by the web analyzer. Okay, now the number system that's used, right? So what these things are actually computing is this number here. Okay, that's the current value of this Australian dollar USD pair. Okay, so right now the current value of that is 0.7723. If I go over to this one, this is New Zealand USD, right? The value of New Zealand USD is 7224, right? So different currency pairs have different values, right? Going up and down the chart. Good so far? Okay, now the last number here, okay, the fourth digit, that's what's called a pip, okay? And you can call it a point if you want, but that's the number that we're concerned about, okay? When we place a buy order or a sell order, and I'll get into what those are in a minute, you're basically looking to increase this number or decrease it based on whether you're doing a buy or a sell. So let's say you're looking at this chart, and right now live on this chart, we're right here. If you predict that it's going to go down, then you would place a sell order. If you predict that it's going to go up, you place a buy order. Okay? Whenever you place an order, you set two values with that order. So let's say I click purchase and I went and I purchased right at this moment. Okay, I'm going to create a line here. Let me see here. So right now, if I purchase right now, this would be my purchase price right here. That red line. You guys see that? Okay, because that's where the stock value is at. So let's say I make a sell order because I believe the price is going to go down. I'm going to put, these are all little icons you can put, and I use these icons a lot. I'll explain those in a bit. So because I'm doing a sell order, I'm just going to put that arrow right here. Okay. So I've made my purchase. I've done a sell order. Now I've got to set two values, my take profit value and my stop loss value. Okay. In the system that we're using, they're recommending a take profit of 5 points, a stop loss of 20 points. Now I've been playing with that because a 20-point stop loss feels big. I've been playing with 150 or with 15 instead of 20. So let's say here's my sell order here. So if I put a 5-point take profit, and I'm just going to draw it for the sake of drawing it. So over here you can see that every square here is 5 points. So I'm going to go down about 5 points. And so my take profit would be here. And my stop loss, which I'll say I would set it at 15 if I wanted, would be 10 up here. So whenever you make a trade, you buy at the current value, and it'll tell you what the current value is. I don't think you have to type it in. And then you set your stop loss value and your take profit value. So now with this trade, if the market goes down and hits this bar, it hits my take profit. That means I win 5 pips. So whatever amount of money that you wagered on in your bet, right? You collect 5 pips worth of that. Okay? So my take profit number would have been, so right now the number is 7. So let's say when I bought it, the value right now is 7723. So I'm going to put 0.7723 because there's 5 digits. Okay, so that was my purchase price here. So because I want a take profit of 5 points, my take profit number, and remember, it's the 4th digit that we're looking at, right? Because if you go over here, there's this 5th digit that's called the pipette. You want to ignore that digit. It's the 4th digit that you want to use, okay? So what's 23 minus 5? So that's 18. That's my take profit number. And then my stop loss would be the 23 plus 15, because I'm going to set a 15-point stop loss. So 23 plus 15, that's 38. So 77 put 380. So now, if the chart hits this, I lose 15 pips. So I'm negative, I lose money. If the chart goes down to here, I win 5 pips. So I win money. Follow me so far? Do you guys have any questions about that? And like ask away, because this is the time not to ask. Yeah, go ahead, Mallory.
So I guess the pip is equivalent. I guess it'll be equivalent to different amounts of money depending on how much you're placing.
Yeah. So when you place an order, so there's another value that you set, and it's basically like a chunk size, because in the background, the way it works is they have to buy certain amounts of currencies altogether. But that's not stuff you need to know for the trading. So like I put in I forget what that value is called. Do you know what it is, Sam, off the top of your head? Let me check here.
It's called a lot, he says.
A lot. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So for me, in my demo account, I was using a lot of 0.5. In my trading account, my money account, I think I'm using 0.25. You can go down and use a lot of like 0.1 to start out, and that just defines how much the swings are. So I think with a lot of 0.5, at 1 pip is $5.
Okay. Gotcha.
So basically the important thing to understand is that the pip is like the point. And it's the 4th digit that you're always looking at. Now, some of the currencies, there's only 3 digits instead of the 5, and that's the Japan currency. So if you had USD.USDJPY, then the number is a little bit different. Let me see if I'll load it up here. So if I go to USDJPY, see here, 385. So here, the pip number is the 8. It's the one before the little one that keeps moving. Okay? But almost all of them follow this convention with the 5 digits. Okay? Now, don't worry about strategy so far. I just want you guys to understand these concepts. Does anybody else have any questions? And if you do, just unmute yourself and holler. Everybody's good? Awesome. Okay, so now you understand how the pips work, right? The stop loss and the take profit, so that's clear. Now, this was a sell example, a sell order. So there's always 2 different types of orders you can place. You can place a sell order, which means you believe that is what you do when the chart's going to go down. You place a buy order when the chart's going to go up. So if you were to place a buy order, so let's say I could go back in time, like a time travel, and I knew the chart was right here, then I would place a buy order because it's about to go up, right? And what I would do here for this buy order, so let's say at that spot, you can see over to the right in black, see that moving number? So right here at this point, the price was 77165. So what would I put as my take profit price? Anybody want to yell it out or just type it in the chat window, even though I can't see the chat window? Somebody unmute themselves and tell me what they think the take profit price would be on 77165 on a buy order. Anybody?
Would it be 7711.5? The take profit. Oh wait, we're going up. So it would be 5 up. So it
Correct.
would be 7721.5.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a buy, we're going up. So the take profit price is 5 up. So 77235 or 7721 or 225. And then the stop loss would be 15 less than that or 20 less than that, depending on what you want to set for your stop loss. Okay. And I think when you put in your order, they won't, if you accidentally go to put it in backwards, they won't let you. So they'll only let you put a take profit in the right direction, which is good. The only thing you have to do is make sure you don't screw up the digits, right? That you don't go too far over in the digits. So do you guys have any questions about the take profit and the stop loss? Good, thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. So we talked about the pips, the currency pairs, sell versus buy order, stop loss versus take profit. Okay, so now you guys understand the basics of trading, right? It's all about the pips. It's about getting that 5 pip in, that 5 pip win versus the 15-point loss. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about the strategy that I use. So have all of you guys seen the cheat sheet that I posted in the resources page, nickbro.com/forexres? On there's a cheat sheet for the strategy that we're using. And the strategy that we're using, it's called the BRS strategy. It's the simplest strategy. And so far today, I broke the strategy rules twice. But if I hadn't have made those 2 mistakes, I'd be 10 out of 10 on all my trades. Okay? So stick to the strategy to a T. And hopefully you'll see the same wins that I do. You should. I'm going to show you guys the sheet. And we're going to use that to look at, so I'm going to stop this share. I'm going to share another screen. And here's the screen I want to share. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet. These are the trades that I've made today. So today I've made exactly 10 trades. Here I listed the currency pairs, the price, the buy sell, the stop loss, the take profit, the price it closed at, right? So you'll see that on the green ones, the winners, the price that it closed at is almost or the exact same price as the take profit, right? And what I did is for every trade I did, I also took a screenshot of the chart. So what you guys should do, I can share this spreadsheet publicly with you guys. And what we can do is anytime you put in a trade, we'll each have our own tab and put your trade into the tab with the screenshot. And then if it didn't hit, then send me a message and we can take a look at it and we can analyze it together and see what mistake you might have made. Does that make sense? So I'm going to explain to you guys. If I click on these links, is it going to open in a window? Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is one of my trades today. So it was my first trade this morning. It was on the Australian dollar USD. And I like these icons. So whenever I make a buy order, I immediately put a down arrow, or a sell order, I put a down arrow. Anytime I do a buy order, I put an up arrow. And when the take profit happens, if it was a winning trade, I put a thumbs up. If it was a losing trade, I put a thumbs down. So that way I can go back and analyze and see what happened. So with the BRS strategy, there's really just 3 main things that we're looking at, okay? The first rule, so we'll look at this because this one's a sell. The first rule, see these lines here? The topmost and the bottommost line? Those are called the Bollinger Bands, okay? So the first rule for a sell order is that the candles are touching the top of the Bollinger Band. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is that the RSI here is above the purple and heading downwards, okay, like it is here. And the third rule is that the blue has crossed the orange above the purple and is heading downwards. Okay, there's 4 rules. Those 3 rules are the ones that you're going to check all the time. So for me, as soon as I see a trade that matches those 3 rules, I know it's good. Now in this example, I went a little early on the crossing here. Typically, I wait for this to cross before making the trade. But it's that simple. So is it touching? Is it above the purple heading down? Above the purple crossing and heading down? You're good to go, with one exception. And this is the thing that screwed me up twice today. I'm going to go over to that trade. So here, now the only exception is this. So let's look at both of these. So my first trade over here, see here the bands touched. The RSA started going up. Here the bands crossed, started going up. I made that trade a little early again. But you can see the 3 conditions are being met. I made my buy and it went up, right? Now over here with this sell, the condition here was met, it was touching. It was going down and it crossed. However, there was a trend. Whenever you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars in a row in the same direction going against the trade, you're not supposed to take the trade. That's the only 4th rule. So on the resources page on the website, there's a PDF. It's a 1-page PDF, and it lists out all 4 of those rules for you guys. So that's a cheat sheet. It's called the BRS cheat sheet. So I suggest you guys print that out and have it in front of you. Those are the 4 rules you ever have to check. Okay? And so far for me, if I had followed all of those rules, I would have had a 100% day so far. I would have hit 10 out of 10 on all my trades. So do you guys have any questions about this analysis or the rules? Everybody's good? Can I get a thumbs up if you guys are good?
I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mallory.
When you were showing us the table, you said basically all of the, I forget the words, but they were all, oh yeah. So the take profit should almost always equal the price closed. In what situation wouldn't it be the same?
When you lose because it hits the stop loss instead.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I see.
Yeah, so here you can see take profit matched, stop loss matched.
Gotcha.
Right? Now, the other thing to understand too, and this is part of trading strategy, is that if we're using a pip, so here I put only 10 pips. Oh, this is, okay, so there's 2 that I got wrong today. This one, the one I just showed you, I got wrong because I didn't follow the trend rule. The other one, I got wrong because I put a stop loss of 10 instead of 15. If I would have put a stop loss of 15, that would have been a winning trade. Okay, so it's
hey Nick, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So your trade sheet, is that something you generated or was that generated?
I created that. It's a Google Doc, and I can share that with you guys in edit mode, and we can each have our own tabs. That way we can all, as long as you're careful not to go into somebody else's tab and accidentally delete stuff. But I think this is a great way for us all to work together, and it keeps you honest too, right? Because you don't want to go do a bunch of stupid trades and everybody's going to see it, right? Not that we're going to judge you and criticize you, but it's a good way to get people to stick to the rules. Okay.
Great.
Now, the other thing I want you guys to notice here is that one bad trade equals 3 good trades. So if you have 3 good trades and then a bad trade, you're back to 0, right? So consistency is the most important part. If you can do 5 winning trades a day, you're doing way better than 15 winning trades and like 3 losses. Right? I don't know if that math is quite right, but you see what I'm saying, right? So once you develop that consistency, you build your confidence, and you're going to trade better due to law of attraction. I'll explain that in a bit. But you want to trade, and what you'll notice when you're playing with the virtual money and for yourself, you'll start to understand how frequently to trade. You'll get a sense for trading too much, being a risky trader. It's the kind of stuff the more you trade, the more you wean that stuff out. Took me like 3 or 4 days of trading to kind of work through that. But the more you can allow yourself to stick with this system, the more you're going to have the results, the more you're going to succeed. So does anybody have any questions about the strategy?
I'm the question asker today.
Good.
So when I opened my web analyzer, there was a pop-up and it said, you're not utilizing a strategy. You need to go to gear and do something or other.
Okay,
and I looked around, I couldn't find gear.
That's a really good point. So over here, and I think the Davins 4 rules is what's selected by default. So see this cog? If you click on this cog, this is the settings. Here it says pick a strategy.
Oh, I think we're looking at your trade sheet still.
Oh, it didn't switch it over?
No, it didn't switch yet. Well, at least for me.
Oh, no, it didn't. You're right. It's 2 different windows. Okay, let me stop sharing. Go to that sheet again. Share screen. Where is it? Okay, you got the right screen?
Yep.
Okay. See this cog right here? Above the alerts in the top right?
I'm not seeing wait, maybe the chat. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so if you click on that cog, see here it says pick a strategy.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you have the Davins 4 rules. Oh, they actually have BRS strategy in here. Okay, I haven't even looked at this. I've had it on Davins 4 rules. But you can select BRS strategy, and it should probably look the same as what it looks now. It basically sets, I think it sets these RSI and these stock values. So that's where you select your strategy. So make sure you have the right strategy selected.
Okay.
And I think I've got the strategy settings in that cheat sheet anyways.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Now, the way that I trade, I don't know if you guys can see all the tabs that I have in the screen share, but what I typically do is I open up maybe like 7 or 8 different currency pairs, all in different tabs. And with this strategy, the strategy runs on the 5-minute. It says that in the cheat sheet too. So I have all of those tabs on the 5 minutes, and then I'll go through them all. And then I'll go do other things. I'll come back in 15 minutes, and I go through them all. And when I see that one of the charts is getting close to either the top band or the bottom band, then I'll keep an eye on it until it's the right time to make the trade. So this chart over here, I'm going to delete these numbers. So right now, if we look at this chart, let's check the rules. So is it hitting the top of the band? Yes. Okay. Is it above the purple heading downwards? Starting to. Typically, I would wait till it's heading a little bit more downwards. Is this above the purple, blue heading down under the red? No. So we've matched 3, and so here, actually, if I delete these lines, so this rule is not matching. And here, because it's a lot of greens in a row, I would maybe skip that one. So here, see all of these reds in a row, right? It's that trending rule, the rule that I broke earlier today. Because of all these greens in a row, there's a little bit of red here, but that makes it a little bit questionable for me. And you always want to stay on the safer side, because one bad trade cancels out 3 good trades, right? So if I'm not 100% convinced that I've got all my 4 rules correct, I don't make the trade. If I were to make the trade, I would put the down arrow. If it's a potential trade and I'm curious about it, what I'll do, so I use blue for yes, I'm making the trade. And if it's something I'm not sure about, but I'd like to know where it's going to go, I put an orange arrow. So that just helps me understand. It helps me learn, right? I'm training myself to better understand the charts. Now, over on the right, this is the alert system. Anytime that the web analyzer believes that a potential good trade is coming, it alerts you. So right now it says there's a potential buy on Australia JPY. So let's click on it and go see. So this was 7 minutes ago. So let's go check out AUD. Okay, so 7 minutes ago, that would have been, so if you look at the bottom here, this is the 25-minute mark. So here it's on the 25-minute mark. So right here, it's saying to buy right now on this 25-minute mark. So sometimes I don't pay much attention to the alerts, but when an alert comes in, I go check out the chart. So right now for me, I wouldn't touch this because it's way above this band here, right? Some people, there's like a strategy called the ninja strategy, and I think, I haven't looked at it, but whenever those alerts comes in, I think they just make the trade. And I'm not sure what kind of success rate people have with that. So if you're doing with the web analyzer and like an alert comes in, go check it out. The green ones are buys, the red ones are sells. Okay. Another piece of advice, don't watch the chart after you make a trade. It's going to drive you insane. Okay, because what'll happen is like let's say, this isn't the best chart to look at because it's very consistent. But if you say a buy and you do a stop loss of 15, it might go down 10 points before it goes back up, right? And if you see it down 10 points, you're going to start to panic, you're going to worry, you're going to want to close out the trade. Honor the trades when you put them in, okay? That'll help you learn, right, whether you're making good trades or not. Because just because it's gone down 10 points, if you're following the rules, right, it could very well go back up. So the swings are normal, okay? The other thing too is don't do too many trades at once. So I typically try not to have more than 3 trades at a time. And the reason for that is if you have 5 trades all on the go, all going in the right direction, and all of a sudden some major piece of news hits the media, that can all of a sudden create this negative downswing or upswing or really create a huge momentum in the charts that are unexpected. And if you've got 5 trades all going on, that can swing things and you could lose them all, right? So until you're super comfortable, play it safe. On that resource page, nickbro.com/forexres, there's a link to a website and it tells you for which currency pairs, it's like a calendar. And for every day, it tells you what currency pairs to stay away from because they're expecting big news for those currency pairs on those days. So whenever you're going to trade, go check that out first. Okay, and then the last point, see here, these 2 bands. So these are called the Bollinger Bands, the way top and the way bottom, the BBs. When they're wide like this, that's a better time to trade than when they're narrow like this. Because a wide band here, so I'm on the Japanese chart, but from here to here, that's every square here, that's a 10-point climb. So every square, so from here to here, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is a 50-point swing between the bands. Here it's very narrow. Here it looks like it's a 10-point swing. So when it's only a 10-point swing, it's much harder to hit your take profit because it's staying very low. In market terms, that's called consolidation. And you typically want to work with charts that have much more of a flow to them. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's everything I've got about the web analyzer. Do you guys have any questions about trading at all or the web analyzer? Yeah, go ahead, Mallory.
Could you show us a like a tester trade where you're not actually trading, but can you show us exactly, because I'm a little bit confused about,
how to make
I
the
haven't
trade.
watched
Yeah,
the videos yet.
yeah, the trade's done in another software, and I think that Sam might show us that when he does the swipe trades.
Okay.
If not, then I'll see if I can load up a demo thing and show you guys. Or maybe we can do that on another webinar, but it's very, very simple. It's
Okay.
super simple.
All right. Thanks.
So anybody else have any questions about the web analyzer? And the swipe trades is a lot more simple than this, but I wanted you to do this first so you guys understand the take profit, the stop loss, and what's going on behind the scenes if you're not doing the analytics yourselves. Now, before we head over to swipe trades, I just want to talk about a few mindset things. So, law of attraction, okay? People believe that when it comes to trading or manifestation of anything really, that they're waiting from the guidance to tell them what to do and where to go, right? So when you're tuning into trading, the most important feeling that you're looking for is knowingness, okay? The knowingness you have about your trade is what's gonna make the trade go in the direction that you want it. And that's why the rules are so important, because the rules are gonna give you that knowingness, that convincibility that yes, this is where it's gonna go. Okay. For me, whenever I'm about to make a trade, I ask myself, am I hoping it's going to go in this direction, or am I knowing it's going to go in that direction? Okay. I make sure I feel the knowingness before the hopingness. Does that make sense? So when you tune in, check the 4 rules and tune in. Do I know it's going to go that way, or do I hope it's going to go that way? And the more you guys trade, the stronger the knowingness is going to get. Okay, when you guys first start out, it might be hard to tune into. But as you gain confidence applying the rules, the knowingness will get stronger. And that's the #1 thing you want to listen to in your trade. Okay, so stick to the system, check the rules, check your gut. Don't trade out of alignment. Make sure you're feeling good. Right? Do your solid morning practice. Make sure you're doing your meditation every day. Work out the kinks, right? So again, this is brand new for you guys. It's brand new for me. I've only been doing it for 3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks, even if that. As you trade, as you practice, you're going to work out your kinks. You're going to make a lot of mistakes at the start. We're going to go back and analyze. We'll see what you're doing wrong. You're going to keep tweaking it until your consistency is bang on. Okay? And the last thing is control your impulse, right? So sometimes you're going to sit there and you're like, oh man, I feel like it's going to go up and I feel like it's going to go big, and you're going to want to click that button and you're going to want to break the rules. Don't do it. Okay? Put the little orange arrow so you can see if you're guessing right. But it's going to cost you pips. And you might have to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way a few times, and that's okay. Right? So that's a summary of mindset stuff. I'm working on a mindset cheat sheet too that'll be available on that page as well, on the resource page. So any questions about the mindset stuff? Perfect. And of course, the most important thing is to have fun. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, so where's the resource page again?
nickbro.com/forex, RES. Forex res for resource.
Great, thanks.
Cool. Okay, so we all know how to trade now. We all know how to have the right mindset. And of course, anytime you guys have any questions, I know this might be a lot of info for you guys. We've got that Facebook group. So just go into the Facebook group and ask away, or send me a message directly if you need to. So now we're going to talk about swipe trades, and Sam's going to take over. So swipe trades is basically an automated system. I think they have like maybe 35 traders working at the head office or wherever they work who analyze stuff themselves, and then they just send you the information. They tell you what the stop loss is, the buy price, blah, blah, blah. And you just get the email, you're like, oh, there's a trade, cool, free money. And then you just enter your trade in, right? So Sam, let's hand it over to you.
Right on. Well, thanks, Nick. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting everybody says so. Well, thank you very much, Nick, for putting this together. And I'm going to be honest, I've watched a few trainings on the web analyzer, and I think I've gone cross-eyed 3 or 4 times. And watching yours today, it makes a lot of sense. But I guess it's a tough act to follow, but for me, I mean, I've been doing this, started December 19th. And before I get going, I want to show you what I did before I started with IML. Is I went directly to Texas to see the top leaders in this this platform to see if it really worked. So I spent 3 days out there with top leaders. Then I went into a meeting where there was about 300 people there, and one after the other, people were coming up. Everybody like us with no experience, coming up, sharing their stories, and all they were saying is they were having success with the Swipetrades and the Web Analyzer and other softwares that we're going to show you later on. But the common denominator, what everybody was saying is they're all following the rules. Now, I've learned it the hard way because when I ask people, are you coachable? Everybody says yes. Is everybody coachable? No. Because I learned it the hard way. I spent some time in my demo account, and then I opened up kind of a live account just to test it out. And I think the first 5 minutes I broke a rule and I lost. I'm like, oh, proof is in the pudding. If you don't follow the rules, you're going to lose.
Yeah, you've got a room full of coaches, so
there you go. So now I'm nervous now. Well, that's good. If everybody can follow rules, we're going to have fun. So the reason why I'm only doing Swipetrades right now is because the Web Analyzer is probably the most powerful tool that you're going to use. Is where you're going to make the most amount of money, but it's where you need to learn it. So everybody wants to jump in right away and kind of learn it. Just take your time. Nick is an awesome trainer. I mean, I even have AJ here on the call. He's sending me some texts that Nick, you're doing a fantastic job. So we're in good hands. So Swipetrade, what I'm going to do is I kind of create a PowerPoint. So I had to do it fairly quick. I was doing something else, so I had to get it ready for for this. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully everybody. Oh, host disabled attending. So Nick, I can't share my screen.
Oh, sorry. I got to give you permission. 1 second here.
I gotta ask for. I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and ask you for permission there, Nick.
Okay. I don't know if I need to make you host. Let me share.
Probably host or co-host.
One participant can share at a time. Advanced sharing options. Who can share? All participants. Who can start sharing with someone else's sharing? Okay, so nobody else please try to share anything because I don't know what's going to happen and I don't know what's on your desktops.
Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try it now. Alrighty. So can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, I am going to minimize everybody so that way I can see what I'm doing here. So there we go. So the first slide is, like I said, it's iMarkets Live. So what we call a swipe trade. When I first heard the term swipe trade, I didn't have any idea what it meant. But basically, it's a signal that comes to your smartphone. So you can have an Android, an iPhone. It comes in form of like a text. You know, when you get a text, you hear that little ding going off. It's the same thing. So the first thing it says is you receive trade alerts on your smartphone. The second thing, which I love the best, is you copy and paste the information. So you copy and paste everything. What Nick was talking about, the entry price, the stop loss, the take profits, and there's a few notes that I'm going to show you as well. So it's copy paste. And what I love here, you don't need to have any experience in trading. So everybody who starts with the software, they love the swipe trade because they're getting awesome results, and you don't need to be a guru in FOREX. So people are, like it says here, they're making money and they're just following directions. So what I want to do first is I want to show you what a signal looks like. So of course I took this signal off my email because when they came on my phone, I deleted them as we're going along. So that's why I was in a panic mode that I didn't have it on my phone for each and every one. But
just a quick question: Is it an app that you install on your phone, or is it coming from you?
Yep, it's an app. So at the end of the presentation, I'll show you where the app is, and you install it. It's like you go into your app store and you add it onto your phone.
Perfect. Okay.
So the first pair, like Nick was saying, it comes in like this. It's USD CHF, so that's Swiss francs. So it gives you the pair. Now the second part here, it says, I'm going to get my marker here, just a second. Pen color, I'm going to put it in green. So the next one here, it says H4. Do yourself a favor. Do not pay any attention to that for now. Okay? What you want to look at here is this one right here, the buy limit. And this can be a combination of 6 things. It can be sell by market, buy by market, sell limit, sell stop, buy limit, and buy stop. And I'll explain to you a little bit later what it means. But right now, if you see it, That's all you need to know, okay? Then you got your entry price. Remember what Nick was talking about? Well, you need to take your trade at a certain price. It gives that to you, what price to take. And here's why I love it here. See here, stop loss. You don't have to calculate it. They do it for you. So here's your stop loss. Then they give you one. It's always going to give you one take profit, but sometimes going to give you 3 take profit. And I'll tell you why it's doing that. And I got a funny story about that later on.
Okay.
So once you get that signal on your app, all you have to do is copy and paste it into your MetaTrader 4. We're just going to show, Nick might explain what a MetaTrader 4 is later. It's where you do your trades, okay? So, but for now, I cannot copy and paste, so I got a few sheets ready, okay? So when you go into your MetaTrader 4, this is what it looks like.
So this is what it looks like on your phone?
On your phone, yeah. So what you want to do is you want to search for the pair. So see here, USDCHF. I put that dot there. So this is where you want to click. Okay, with your finger, you just want to hit it. Once you hit it, it's going to tell you, do you want to trade it? So you hit trade. Okay. So once you hit trade, it's going to bring you to the next screen. It looks like this. So here's where it's, see here, sell by market or buy by market. If they would tell you to do that, you would either buy it right away, or sell it right away. But here it's telling you it's what it is. It's a buy limit. So what you have to do, you got to click on market execution right here. Everybody sees that?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you click on market execution, it's going to open up like this. So again, we have to choose what the system is telling us. And remember, it's telling us a buy limit. So you click on the buy limit. See how easy it is? Just click away. Click on the buy limit. And after that, here's the next slide is going to show. So when you're in the buy limit, and here it says price, there's nothing there. Stop loss, nothing there. And take profit, nothing there. So what you want to do, if you would be able to copy and paste from your smartphone, you would go back and forth from the swipe trade to this screen right here. And you take one you copy, you would paste it here. So what I did, because I can't copy and paste, is I always mark down my price, the information. I always write it down on a piece of paper, just in case I can't copy and paste. But it's always working, okay? So before I go any further, see this number right here, 0.01? This is what I was talking about a while ago for the lot. You want to be careful because it's always going to give you suggestions on 0.02 lot for every $1,000 you have in your account. Now, some of us were starting out with $100 in your account. Start very conservative and always use 0.01. Remember, if you put 1.00, you can make a lot of money and you can lose a lot of money. So I always keep it when I start to 0.01. So when that is set, here's my next sheet. So remember the price when I first showed you the suggestion, the price was 0.93650. That's the price that they're saying they want us to start the trade at. The stop loss again suggested 0.93. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong stop loss. It's 93252.
Yeah.
Did a typo here.
Yeah.
Right here. Then my take profit, bang. Okay. Once all of these are set, I would hit place. And now this particular slide, it would not let me place it because see my price and stop loss are exactly the same. It wouldn't let me do it. If I hit a typo, it wouldn't let me do it. Okay. So I'll go back again just to make sure it didn't go too quick. So when you open up your MetaTrader, you look for the pair. Once you find, and if the pair is not there, it's okay. On top here, now if you can see it or not, let me move my little button here. See, there's a little plus sign on top here. Can you see that, Nick? Everybody sees that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody here? Okay. So once you hit that plus button, you hit it, then you go search for the pair. Once you find it, you just add it, and it'll pop it on the bottom here. Now, this is what comes in automatically, but I got like 15 or 20 other pairs that I added over the days that I've been working. So again, you find the pair, you click on it, and you click trade. Let's see here. Okay, it brings you to this screen. So it's going to ask you market execution. So you always look, what did he want you to do? A buy limit. So you click on market execution. It's a buy limit. See, this comes up. Buy limit. You hit buy limit, then you're all set. Next step, you look at your lot, make sure that's locked in. Then you get your price, stop loss, and take profit. Same thing. You enter your information. Boom, boom, boom. And when it's incorrectly, of course, not this number. I did a typo here. I'm just seeing it now. You'd hit place. Then what it's going to do is your trade is set. It's not going to start right away. It can be there for a day. It can be there for 2 days. Because if you would have done this the first time, sell by market or buy by market is going to start the trade right away. But if you put a buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, or sell stop, it's going to start when it hits that number.
Yeah. When you're trading with the web analyzer, those are the buttons you would use.
The sell by market and buy by market, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, set buy limit and buy stop, what does it mean? Now, I'm going to try to explain it. Let's say you have a currency and it's going up. It's going up, and it's getting close to hitting your set price. If it hits it, it's not going to start. It's going to go through, and when it comes back down and hits it a second time, it's going to start your trade. That's a buy limit. The buy stop, it hits it once. So I don't want to go too much in details for that, but just entering exactly what the system is telling you. Now, a lot of people are asking me how accurate this is. When I went to Texas, I talked to Mr. David Emonitier, and what he did his first month, he went live. There was 900 signals that came in. He took 900.
Mention who David is?
David Emonitier, he's one of the top guys in iMarkets Live.
Okay.
He's the one that basically kind of took it from the ground, and now where we're at today, he's one of the main person that brought it where we're at right now. So he's one of the leaders.
Okay.
So like I said, there was 900 swipe trades that came in a month. He took he took them all. 800 of them made profit. So if you want a percentage on the swipe trades, I mean, it's not 100%,
yeah,
but it's pretty much accurate. Then I'll tell you a little bit later on about what I've been seeing. So here, this sheet that you see here, this also comes in on your swipe trade. It's an update. See here, it says update right here. And what that means is telling you, look at the comments. It's telling you that it hit the first. Remember, there was 3 take profits that I showed you a while ago. It hit the first one. Now it's telling you to take your stop, because if you have more, it's going up. It hit it. It's telling you to move your stop loss to almost break even, so it's a risk-free trade, so you can't lose anymore. Okay. But I want to go back here before I go any further. Just a second here. See here, there's 3 take profits. If you would have only set 1 take profit, it hits it, it's closed. You made your money, your trade is closed. But if the trend keeps on going and it's keep on going up and up and up and up, well, see here, this is where you would have wished you would have taken take profit 2 and take profit 3. Now it's your choice. It's only a suggestion. And I'll tell you what happened to me. It's kind of a funny story.
So just before, would you enter the take profit 2 only once you hit the take profit 1?
Nope. Is when you're entering your information and you want to take all 3, you do the same procedure 3 times.
Okay, so you make the trade 3 times, once for each take profit.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Now, I suggest if you're in your demo account, do all 3, because you're going to see, you're going to learn how it works. In your live account, it's totally up to you. Remember, if you take all 3, you're going to make 3 times the money. If it goes the other way, well, you know what can happen. But I'll tell you what happened to me is I was going to my son's swimming meet, which is about half an hour away from my house. So I'm driving in my car, and I got a signal coming in. So I pulled the car on the side of the road. I was entering my information. It took me about 30 seconds, but I only take the take profit 1, and I left. I drove 25 minutes. I got there and looking at my phone, and my trade was gone. I didn't know really what was going on. Then I looked, and guess what? The trade had started. It hit the take profit, and it stopped. So I made money. I made $25. But the trend kept on going up and up. The take profit 2 was $75 profit, and then I think $100 profit. So I could have made $150. But because I only took the take profit 1, I made $23, $25. It's still pretty good, but see how how it was kind of I don't want to say a pain in the butt, but I could have made more money. But if it went the other way, I could have lost more money. So this is what I want to say on the 3 take profits, and it's totally up to you what you want to do. Now, if I go back to the updates, it's going to tell you, it took the hit, the take profit 1, it got it. It's telling you to move your stop loss, and then that trade is done. But you got 2 more going, okay? The second one, you get another update. It's telling you, guess what? USDA bullish, and now at 9.440 price, it's rejecting blah, blah, blah. What it's saying, it's telling you that it hit the take profit too. Bang. Now it's telling you to move your stop loss even closer so you're not losing any more money. And this specific trade, look what it did. All 3 take profits were hit. Now, did it do all of that in 25 minutes? No, it started on February 26th. And March the 1st, which is today, it hit the 3rd one today.
So it took 5 days.
So the swipe trade can take 3 or 4 days. It can be very quick, can be very slow. So it's totally up to us to trust the system and just do copy paste and leave it there. I love, Nick, what you said. If you're in your demo account, don't look at it every 30 seconds. You're going to go crazy. Okay? Really, you're going to go crazy and you're going to wish it's going to go up. And, don't look at it. Put it there and trust the system.
Something to consider, too, that if you're doing, like, the BRS system, like like I was showing on the web analyzer, that's on the 5-minute chart. So those trades will typically be done. Sometimes they're done in 2 minutes. Sometimes they're done in an hour and a half. So the web analyzer 5-minute trades are a much shorter time span. With the swipe trades, if you've got a $500 account and you do 5 trades that last 5 or 6 days, then that money's locked up in trades, right? Not that that's a bad thing. If you're doing swipe trades, it probably doesn't matter. So those are just 2 differences in the 2 to consider.
Yeah. The reason why I love the swipe trades is we hear it every day. Every people are saying, I'm busy, I'm working, I got 4 kids, I got to mow the lawn, I got to shovel snow. Whatever they're saying, the swipe trade takes 30 seconds to do. You put your phone away and it does it for you. But you want to be careful. You want to make sure that you set your information correctly. I had a girl this morning giving me a call and she lost money. And I said, okay, let's see what you did. She never put in her stop loss. She never put it in. And she never put in her take profit. So it went up, 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 up. She would have made a lot of money and it never stopped. And then all of a sudden, what did it do? Whoop, it went down, 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 down. When she looked at it, she was freaking out. I said, go back to your email. And she checked it. It was her own fault. She didn't put in the information. So attention to details is very, very crucial on the swipe trade, but it does work. Now, for this week only, I'm going to read you an email. And our goal for February, but our goal was to hit 2,000 pips. So, Nick, you want to explain, like, the pips money value? I think you got a good...
Yeah, it depends on that lot size that you put in. So I think if you put a 0.5 lot size, then I think it's like $5 a pip. Don't quote me on that. So what I would do is when you start with your money accounts, start with the lowest possible pip value and then slowly move it up, with whatever number you feel comfortable with.
So for the information we got for the week, last week we were at 460 pips profit for the week. So every swipe trade that came in, there's only 2 that didn't make any money. The rest all made money. I think there was 13 or 14 that came in and 2 went the other way.
And those trades are probably much more profitable than the web analyzer trades, because in the web analyzer trades, we're just looking for a 5-pip profit. So we're looking for a lot of small trades with consistency. With swipe trades, you're probably looking at like maybe 50 pips at a time because you're doing a trade over 5 days. Exactly.
So that's what I wanted to show everybody, what the swipe trades were. So how do you get swipe trades? On your smartphone, go into your app store. And I know it's the app store for iPhone, and on Android, is it Google Store or Google Play?
Google Play, something like that, yeah.
It's called Swipe Trade. And once you click it in, it asks for your information. Once you get it programmed in, then it sends you a signal to your phone. Now, go ahead, Nick.
How many signals do you typically get in a day?
It depends. I mean, sometimes there's lots, sometimes there's not a whole lot. It all depends. And they can come in at any time. Remember, the market is open 24/7.
Yeah.
Now, I'm getting swipe trades that comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. Am I up? No. I'm in la-la land. I'm sleeping. My phone is off. When I get up in the morning, I look at them, and 9 times out of 10, the trade hasn't started yet, so I got time to put it into my phone. So you don't need to be a night hawk or an owl to stay up 24 hours a day. That's not the purpose of the swipe trade.
Awesome. So do I have to worry about my phone buzzing every 5 minutes with the trade?
No.
Okay.
Not the swipe trade, no.
Okay.
But for me, what I got on my phone is I got a web analyzer alert. That will buzz you a lot during the day.
Yeah. I've already got too much buzzing on my phone, so I'm trying to minimize that. But
So one more suggestion that I want to give everybody is, AJ saying 5 to 10 swipe trades a day.
oh, that's not bad. That's
Okay.
acceptable.
And if I can give you a suggestion on trading, this is what the professionals are saying. The best day to trade is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those 3 days. Now you can trade 5 days a week. It's up to you. But I was asking them why. He said, well, it's like you're working. You know, when you're done your weekend and you come into work on the Monday morning, you really feel like being at work? A lot of us are saying no. And on the Friday, well, you know, it's the weekend, so the market can kind of be a little bit tricky on those 2 days. But if you follow the 4 rules that Nick just explained, go at it, trade 5 days a week, you're pretty much safe. Okay? Now, a few results that we're having, and this is all in demo account. The trading on the swipe trade, some people are making, you know, $200, $300 a day, $75 a day, $50 a day. It all depends. Exactly my point, AJ. Do not get greedy. Do not. Now, if you're looking at the swipe trade, it's getting close to your take profit, and you get that feeling like the atmosphere is sending you a message, cash out, cash out. Sometimes people tend to get too greedy. Well, I made $10. Let's see if I can make 15. And it turns around, you can lose 15 pretty quick. So do not get greedy. That's if I give you one tip, is never ever be greedy.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Hey, Sam, I wanted to ask, there was at one point there was a message to move your stop loss.
Yeah.
Is there like a time limit? Like if you miss that, is there a danger, or how much time do you have to react to something like that?
It gives you ample amount of time, but the only danger, there's no danger. All it does is when you move it up and you're in profit, you move it up, you won't lose any money. It's a risk-free trade. It means, hey, I leave it there, I cannot lose any more money.
Oh, I see. So it's like it would stop here, but since we're making money, you can afford to move it up here. Okay.
Exactly. It's a risk-free trade. But if you don't move it, it's okay. You still have your stop loss set. You won't lose any more than your original information gave you.
Awesome. Awesome.
But what I love about that is they give you the slingshot effect. Some people, what they do, if they're in profit, they'll move their stop loss close to their take profit, and they're all excited. Guess what it does? It hits it, and it closes automatically. What the system does is gives you a slingshot effect. It's going to keep it a little bit lower, gives it room for the market to do this, the slingshot to go up and down a little bit more.
Huh.
But I moved my stop loss on almost every swipe trade, and it's been working almost 100% for me so far.
Did I hear you say earlier this week that last week they were up for the week like 400 pips or 450 pips, something like that?
460 pips in 1 week.
Wow. See,
Just the swipe trades, and the month we're at 1,300 pips profit just for the month of February.
yeah, so with my web analyzer trading at 5 pips a trade, I have to hit 10 flawless, more than 10, like 480. So yeah, so it's crushing me. So I've got to, yeah.
But what they're saying is the big money is in the web analyzer. What the strike trade will do is let you take the information, put it in, look at it, study it, and get better. That's what he's doing. So I suggest that everybody try to swipe trades to start. But what Nick just said with the web analyzer, you got 2 awesome tools that work. Another tool that I want to talk to you about, Nick, I don't know if you heard it or not. It's called the Daily Swing Trades.
No, I haven't.
Okay. What it is the owner of the company, Christopher Terry, he is a multi-million-dollar guy in trading. He's the guru of trading. And I think it's twice a week, he's going to send you an alert on an app that where we'll discuss how to download on what specific pairs to take, when to take them, when to cash out, twice a week. So imagine having a professional giving you a call on your phone. Well, you know what, Nick, you should do this, this, and this. Very powerful. And so far, I've listened to him every single time, and I've been in profit every single time. So that's pretty awesome. So in a nutshell, I'm excited. I mean, I can't wait. I think I didn't sleep for 2 days because I really want to meet everybody on this call. But you're in great hands with Nick. I mean, you can reach me, add me on Facebook, any information you want to know, I'll share. But
This was really good. That was really useful. It was a good overview. And I'm excited to see because Nick, so I'm doing Web Analyzer. Nick is doing Swipetrades. So we're going to have an idea after a couple of weeks which one's going to end up on top.
what I love here is what we have in our hands right now. And the reason why I'm doing IML is I know a lot of people are looking for something, are looking for our help, are looking for a better way. And with the proof, I can just go on my phone and say, well, I don't know. I just got to do this on my phone, and they see my profit and say, well, can you show me how to do it? And then I take them through the steps. So yeah, Nick, so I turn it back to you. If anybody's got any questions, don't be shy. We're going to learn. We're going to earn as we learn here. This is the fun part. But with Nick, you're in awesome hands. I mean, we met twice, and he's almost my neighbor. I didn't know that. So I leave it back to you, Nick.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Batman. I just kind of creep out of the shadows right at the perfect timing.
I see a message from AJ. AJ's in Halifax, and he's got his screen turned to dark here, but he's a professional musician, rock star at that, and he's a rock star at this as well. We started almost at the same time, so we're working together.
Huh.
And so he can also help as well. So he's very good. So.
Awesome. He's in the Facebook group too. So I think we've covered everything. Thanks for that. That was awesome, Sam. Anybody else have any questions? Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, you were talking about what was it? Web Trader?
Yeah, I'll get you the link. I'll find the link to it and I'll post it in the Facebook group.
Okay, cool.
Most people, even when they're using the Web Analyzer, they're using the same software Sam was just using, I think, on their phones to put their trades in. So
yeah,
where you saw that green and that red button, you just hit that and then you put in your stop loss and your take profit, I think, and that's it.
So you can put money right into that platform?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What you do is when you have your demo account, when you're ready to trade, you open up a live account. Of course, you will show you how to do that. You fund that through your credit card, how much money you want to put in, and then you have live money. Then you're ready to start trading. So it's fairly simple. Yeah, it's fairly quick.
And you can do a demo account too with virtual money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, these are the two apps you need: MetaTrader 4 and Swipetrades.
Okay.
MetaTrader 4.
Do that right now, Nick, or do you want to do that separately, or how do you want to do that?
Let's do that. Let's do that in another call. I think we have enough stuff to digest already, and like we can post the links to those things in the Facebook groups or in the Facebook group. They're very self-explanatory, I think. And if anybody feels stuck, then they can just reach out directly to me or ask in the Facebook group. But we'll get everybody set up. Good. Yeah, go ahead, Mallory.
With the swipe trader, since it's more conservative, I guess, well, I guess it's somewhat riskier when you're putting more money on the line, but it seems like the strategy is a lot simpler. Do you think you really need a long demo period, or can I hop in there and start
what I've been telling people with the Web Analyzer is to start a demo account with like 1,000, and once you've doubled your money, then switch over to real money.
Yeah.
Right.
So tune into your inner guidance, feel it out.
And the swipe trade is the same thing. When you're comfortable to go live, you'll get that feeling that you're comfortable. I have people that on the team that went live in 2 days. I have some that have been doing this for 2 months, and they're like, no, I'm not ready yet. So when you feel comfortable in doing it, go ahead, yeah.
And if you're struggling to get there, that means we have some money blocks to tap out.
I'm like ready to go. I'm like, where's that? Let me start putting money in there.
Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a follow-up call. I'd like to do a call maybe every week or two. Next week is March break, so I'm kind of off with my kids. But we'll support you guys. So anything comes up, posted in the Facebook group, I'll still be around. And then the week after that, we'll do a follow-up call. And I think what we'll do in the follow-up call is answer whatever questions you guys have between now and then. And we can also go over the MLM aspects of the software, which is something we haven't really talked about. For me, the reason I signed up was the power of the software and how cool this is. But what I'm realizing on this call is that, like, if it's working as well as it's working, then everybody's going to want to get their hands on this, right? And from an MLM standpoint, it's like, who doesn't want to tell people about it and help them make more money, right? So after learning more about Swipetrades, I'm even more excited about the potential. So maybe as part of next call, Sam can talk a little bit about, what an MLM means for us. I know that the more people you sign up under you through your link, the more money you make. For example, I've got 12 people under me now because you guys all signed up under me. And that makes me something called a P600, which means I get $600 a month as long as I've got those 12 people under me, right?
No, 600 US, which in Canada we're.
Yeah. So the more people that find, anyway, so I'm so excited about the potential for this. Not just MLM, but the potential from like a trading and fun. And you guys know all the clients that come to us looking to try to manifest more money, right? So there's a lot of good stuff.
If I can jump in just one last thing, give you kind of an idea. When I went to Texas and I sat down with Ivan Tapia, and you'll see he's our VP of sales. And he said, like Nick said, you can earn on the MLM side and earn on the trading side. Mr. Ivan Tapia is a professional MLM, and he's earning over, and I can't make any claims, but over $400,000 a month in the MLM. And he's got, this is where my aha moment was. He's got kids, 19, 20, 21 years old, and then people that are 75 years old. So you got a wide range of people here. They're making more money than him just in the trading. So you can earn wherever you're comfortable in doing. But when I saw that just in the trading, and it's a skill that nobody can take this away from us. So we're going to learn every day. We're going to learn. So over run of a year, you're going to learn a skill that nobody's going to take this away from you. And the potential is crazy how this is. Well, Nick's excited. I'm jumping up and down. So, and I see a lot of you going like this and smiling. So we're going to have fun.
Cool. Awesome. Any final questions? No, we're all good. All right. So anything else comes up, you guys can reach out to me on Facebook, post in the group. And then we'll organize our next call probably early next week, and we'll have it probably for early the week after that. Awesome. Oh, you're muted, Ken, but thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Sam. That was great.
See you in 2 weeks.